Fascination, as well as fear, follows whenever people talk about fallen angels. But what are they, and how did they come to be? Even though darkness is merely an absence of light, there is no denying how fallen angels have been romanticized in folklores, stories, films, TV series, books, art, and much more. Why are people so curious and fascinated about them, and what does it have to do with you? In this video, you will discover the names of the fallen angels, what they did, and how their fate reflects the fate of humanity. By the end of this video, you will have a clearer understanding of these celestial entities and form a guided perception of how it relates to you. The history of fallen angels. Legends say that long before human history, the fallen angels are believed to have been expelled from heaven when they allied themselves with Lucifer in his campaign to take over God. With the help of Archangel Michael and his angels, God stopped the rebellion and cast out all the angels who sided with Lucifer. When God created humans, the fallen angels took it upon themselves to tempt people to sin against God. But God has made sure that these fallen angels cannot physically harm people, so they resorted to influencing humanity to spread evil and suffering. But humanity has more powerful allies behind them. God made sure to send his angels to aid humanity in facing these great evils. Through all these, the term fallen angels was never written in the Bible or any other sacred texts. It is only used to describe the angels who have sinned and were cast out from heaven. The fallen angels, like all celestial beings, are not exclusive to one religion. In fact, they have found their way into different religious beliefs, traditions, and cultures of the time. What are some of the well-known fallen angels? Lucifer is the most famous of all fallen angels, as he was the leader of them all. Lucifer was originally made by God like all the other angels, but he grew envious of God's power, so he incited a rebellion and persuaded a third of the angels' population to forge a war against God. The name Lucifer means the bearer of light in Latin. In the Bible, he was often referred to as morning star instead of his given name, Lucifer. It is the name of many different mythical creatures in folklore. In Roman mythology, he was the son of the goddess of dawn, Aurora. In Christianity, Lucifer is the name of the devil. He also goes by another name, Satan. Another fallen angel was Mammon. The name Mammon was taken from the Hebrew word which means money or material wealth. Asmodeus is another fallen angel. He is often portrayed as either a male or a female with legs of a rooster and claws. Leviathan is another fallen angel who is often described in Judaism as a creature in the image of a sea serpent. He was also referred to as Hellmouth, the monstrous animal who would swallow the damned on Judgment Day. Beelzebub is another demon and fallen angel in the Abrahamic religions. Originally, the name Beelzebub was from a Philistine god worshipped in Ekron. It was also associated with Baal, a Canaanite god. In Christianity, Beelzebub is used as another name for Satan. There are many more fallen angels depending on cultures and beliefs. However, it was collectively believed that these angels were thrown out from heaven because of their sin. The depiction of fallen angels. How do you describe a fallen angel? It is with bat-like wings, terrible faces, reddish skins, cloven hooves, and horns. But there are earlier representations of fallen angels, and these are totally different from the depiction today. The fallen angels were once depicted to look as similar as the other faithful angels. However, in the Middle Ages, they morphed into a more terrifying and grotesque image to represent evil and all that is bad and destructive. They were described as horrible-looking, demonic creatures. The image of fallen angels has changed drastically and then changed again. In these modern times, there is another depiction of fallen angels born through the arts, movies, and books. Fallen angels were seen as attractive and seductive human-looking creatures with clipped-back wings. They were beautiful, sinful, tempting, and curious. How do humans relate to fallen angels? We can't help but wonder how these creatures of light turned into creatures meant to instill fear in our hearts. Lucifer's pride led him to sin against God as he began to think that he could do so much better than the divine. All the angels were made with the ability to love, both voluntarily and involuntarily. They were meant to love God involuntarily, unconditionally, but their love turned selfish and twisted. They thought that the reason they loved God was that He made them powerful. Their love turned into a means to find their own pleasure, a way to get what they thought they deserved. These once beautiful creatures of light and love became fearful representations of misplaced pride and self-serving love. The story of the fallen angels, regardless of belief and culture, also reflects in humanity. Like all the angels, we are made for a greater purpose. As a part of the whole universe, we are designed to fulfill our destiny and spread love and light to the world. We are given the ability to love. We are gifted with many capabilities, opportunities, blessings that will aid us in our life's journey. But the most precious gift from the universe is our free will. Our free will is both our boon and our bane. It lets us choose the path we want to take, a path that would soon take us to the fulfillment of our soul mission. But it could also blind us from the guidance of the universe and our angels. It could lead us astray. It could make us stumble in our path. We could take a wrong turn and lose the direction to our best path. It does not help that the world today would convince you how you are meant to forge through life alone when you do not have to, that you are meant to take on every challenge alone. Some people could make you feel weak by asking for help. The world has become too individualistic, even in its pursuit of love. Love, as beautifully as it is described by our poets and artists, has become means to find satisfaction, validation, and temporary pleasure. Most of us only give love when we can get love back, and we become miserable when we get disappointed when we can't get what we expect. The thing is, the world is not perfect, as is our lives. Every edge, every unique quality we find in every creature is what makes the world beautiful. Every challenge we face, every trial we take on, the stumbles we make, are the things that make life more meaningful. However, it is also a challenge to always see the world in this light when we have to face failures, disappointments, insecurities, and betrayals. These things disconnect us from who we are in the first place. It disconnects us from our greater purpose, from the high being we are made to be. Like the fallen angels, we can choose to continue to live with our free will founded by our doubts, self-limitations, and failures. Or we can step back, look back, and reclaim our greatness by reconnecting with the divine and the angels, letting them guide us as we continue to forge our own path in this life. The fallen angels represent how selfishness and pride can cause our downfall. When you let yourself be blinded by what you think will give you pleasure, you will lose sight of your greater purpose, and that is to be of service to the world. You are meant to inspire people with your greatness and your love. But we are not without hope, because the existence of the fallen angels is also the existence of our guardian angels, the one who will faithfully help us find our way back to our greatness. For instance, you are having uncertainties with your career path. One of the choices would give you the chance to work and pursue your passion. On the other hand, there is a job opportunity with a higher salary, and you think you can tolerate the work even when it's not something you are passionate about. Most would probably choose the latter because of practical reasons. But in a few years' time, most would find themselves despising their work and feeling miserable. Some would continue this path as though they do not have the choice to take a turn and reclaim the right path. Just when you resign to the thought that your situation has no way out, you will find amazing things happening around you that will give you hope. You will realize that that was a choice you consciously made at the time, and as such, you can make another choice that can get you out of there. All you need is the appropriate guidance that will point you in the right direction. Whether you believe it or not, The Creator still has His eyes on the fallen angels despite their betrayal and how coldly they turn their back on all that is good. And so we can be assured that the universe also makes sure to watch over us, even when we are disconnected from the divine. It is through our angels and guardian angels that the universe gives their guidance so we can see where we are supposed to go in life. The signs and synchronicities from our angels let us know their faithfulness and how they constantly remind us that we are not alone in our struggles. By keeping up a strong relationship with our angels, they can lead us back to our path. They can show us what we are meant to do to discover our destiny and our true purpose. But the angels will never intervene with our free will. They will be there when we call upon them, and only to guide us and show us the path that would take us to the reasons why we exist in this lifetime. Our free will should not be the cause of our downfall. It should be an instrument to live the life we want without regrets, to find the right guidance and the best path. The guardian angels want you to remember this, even when the world makes you think otherwise. Strengthen your relationship with your angels. Discover the different signs they send you to guide you in any situation in your life.